Okay, we'll get started. We are starting course 15, and we are in class 1, of course. Maria, would you like to read the first question?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, teacher. Give the title of the primary text we will be reading for our study of the art of interpretation. Name its author and give its dates.
Author.
Author.
Yeah. Does anybody know the name of the book for course 15?
Is the name of the book Chang'e, or is the what the Buddha really meant?
Chang'e Lekshe Ningpo. Yeah. Uh, The Essence of Eloquence, The Art of Interpretation by Jason Kappa, 1357 to 1419. Here we go. Read this, Maria.
Our study will be based on the essence of eloquence of the art on the art of interpretation, written by Jetson Kappa, 1357-1419.
Yeah, good. Chang'e, interpretation, the art of lekshe, um, literally good explanation, but eloquence is Geshe better translation, and Ningpo, essence, and Jason Kappa, Lord Tsongkhapa. Okay. Question number 2. Thank you, Maria. Loan, please read this one.
Yes, teacher. Our text compare and contrast the belief of two of the great schools of classical Indian Buddhism, the mind-only school and the middle way school, about what Lord Buddha really meant, and how to interpret what Lord Buddha really meant when he turned the wheel of the Dharma, named the important source that each school used to make their presentation, and the author of each.
Yeah, that, that's fine. Thank you so much. Yeah, so this is the art of interpretation. Mostly it's comparing mind only's view with middle way's view. Uh, does anybody know the name of the books for each school? The main book for the whole course and for the mind only school is called the Sandini Nirmochaya Sutra, um, which is that's Sanskrit, which is a commentary by the Buddha on his own words. So it's called What I Really Meant, What I Was Really Thinking, something like that. And there's one chapter um, uh, in particular that these subjects are gone into. And then I always forget the middle way book. What is it? Oh, no, that's the book I was thinking of. Oh, no, that's a chapter. Sorry. Pakwa Loju. Yeah, Pakwa Loju. Um, there's a book requested by another Bodhisattva that the middle way uses. All right, Loan, please read this.
Yes. My only school. The My Only School makes their presentation based on the commentary on the true intent of the sutra, Sandinimochana Sutra, an explanation by Lord Buddha of his own teachings. More specifically, they rely on the chapter requested by the Bodhisattva Pramata Samudagata, which is the seventh of the work's 10th chapter.
Yeah,
Do
that's okay.
Gongjiao.
That's okay, I'll do this for. Thank you. Dode means sutra. Gong means true thought, and drel means commentary. So the Lord Buddha commenting on a sutra of Lord Buddha's commenting on what he really thought, really meant. Dode Gong drel. All right. Um, and this is the name of the chapter. Uh, Zhang Sem Dun Dam Yang Dak mm, Pak Shu Bei Lui. The Lui, the chapter, Shupa, which was requested by Yang Dak Pak, um, what, Dundam Yang Dak Pak. Is the chapter Pak? Hold on. Hmm, I guess it is. Pak means Arya. Yang Dak means perfect. Dundam means ultimate. And Jangsem here means Bodhisattva. And then for the middle ways interpretation, um, go ahead, Loan.
Yes, the middle way school makes their presentation based on the sutra taught at the request of the realized being named never-ending wisdom.
Yeah. Pakpa loju misepe shupe do. I got them mixed up in my head because they're similar, but it's not the same. Um, it's again a sutra requested um by the Pakpa, the Arya, realized being. Um, Loju, which means intellect, intelligence. It can also mean wisdom. Geshe translated as wisdom. Misepa, that never runs out, never ending. All right, great. How many questions are there? 8. All right, let me do the next one. Nowadays, some people say that a knowledge of emptiness is not the main point of Buddhism, while others say that emptiness is something known only intuitively and not from a foundation of determined organized study. Describe a quotation by Lord Buddha himself that disproves these ideas. Yeah, they're wrong. Jason Kappa himself gives a quotation from the sutra requested by the realized being Rashtrapala, which says that beings must wander here in suffering life because they have no knowledge of the ways of emptiness, and that those with compassion, meaning the Buddhas and others, use skillful means and millions of different reasonings to bring them into it. Meaning, emptiness is something you can gain through knowledge and logic. All right. Number 4. Mike, would you like to read number 4?
Why do we have to learn to distinguish between liberty and integrity?
Can't hear you, Mike.
Why do we have to learn to distinguish between the literal and figurative? Why do we have to learn to interpret what the Buddha said in order to find out what he really meant?
Yeah, good question. Why do you think, Mike?
Because if he says things like kill your mother and your father, if we take that literally, that can be really bad going for us. So we have to figure out what the actual hidden meaning is of the real life application.
Yeah, good. Yeah, if the Lord Buddha said something like kill your mother and father, which he was saying figuratively, like um like kill off your ties to them, kill off your attachment to them, or kill off the culture that they instilled with you into you, then if we take that literally, then yeah, we'll do something horrible. And in general, in religion, we have to know when the religious or spiritual figure was saying something we should do directly as opposed to using a metaphor or something. So we know what to do. Mike, can you read this?
This is primarily to learn the true meaning of emptiness, which is described in the three terms of the veil of the garment and apparently contradictory terms by the word of themselves.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Um, Milan, do you want to read this one?
Yes. Okay. Describe three different levels of the term literal and figurative.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Does anybody know the 3 levels? No. What are the 3 levels? I don't remember. Hold on. Let me see. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. Um, Now I remember. Milan, read this.
Yes. On the level of expression, do the work a person speaks and they intend meaning match each other literal or not figurative. B. On the level of realities, does the way which an object appears to be and the way the object image each other literal or not figurative. And six, on the level of understanding, do we understand the two realities with an accurate state of perception, Sima or Brahmana, that see what they are literal, or do we understand them with only an approximate understanding? Ye Sure, that's only half the road. Understanding of what
Wait,
they
wait,
are
wait. No, stop. Has
has
rough.
rough
Yeah, please.
understanding of what they are
Figurative.
figurative,
Figurative.
figurative.
Good. All right, good.
Dr. Wood.
Yeah, those are 3 levels. So, uh, the way someone says them, expression, the way they appear, reality, and then the level of understanding in our own mind. Okay. And this is all to get you to see emptiness directly. Okay. Or, reach nirvana, other high states of being that require you to understand that the world isn't as it looks unless you are seeing emptiness directly. Okay, number 6. Lynn, would you like to read? Is she there?
Yes.
Would you like to read?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Me?
Kind of.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tsongkhapa point out that if what the Buddha says must be divided into what he said, that word figurative, and what he said that irrefutable, then the Buddha's out statements about when his word being figurative and when his word being literal cannot necessarily be taken literally. Rather, we must in the end rely on what is logical and makes sense to us. Describe the 3 logical tests recommended by Lord Buddha and say the source for them.
Good. Does anybody know the 3 tests? Can barely hear you, Mike. Say again. Couldn't hear that at all. You can put it in the chat, okay?
I remember it's melting. He wrote already. Yeah.
Go ahead, Maria.
That cutting,
Cutting what?
melting, like how do we test gold? Melting,
Gold.
like yeah, the gold. So it should be melted, or we try to melt it. Yeah, actually try to cut it and try to burn it. That same principle.
Melting and burning are the same one. The third one is either filing or using a touchstone, like a chemical
Oh.
test.
Mm.
Yeah. Tsek, che, and dar. Yeah. Okay, good. What do they represent though?
Oh, one of them, if I remember, I don't remember much. I didn't do that course yet, but I remember something like we need to, yeah, like take Lord's Buddha's word and apply to our own experience, if it's matches or not, something like this. If I'm thinking in that way, or I'm telling something wrong. That's one of the tests.
Okay. Yeah, it's direct experience, logic, and some authority that you believe their words. You believe that their words are true. All right, those are the 3 logical tests in general. Lord Buddha advises us to accept his words only after we've finished a careful examination of them, testing them like gold, in fire, by cutting, and by using a touchstone. These 3 tests refer respectively to checking whether the particular statement or belief in question contradicts our own direct, accurate experience. That's 1. Our own deductive, accurate perceptions. That's 2. or the words of a being whom we have established correctly as being infallible. That's 3, an authority. Thank you, Maria and Mike. All right, number 7. Daria, would you like to read?
Good morning. If many of the beliefs of schools, like the mind only, are actually wrong, then why is it so important for us to study them carefully?
Yeah, basically because we believe the things mind only believes, so we're using them to examine our own thinking, and they're very close to the the higher middle way, which is correct. So it helps us to also um, understand why other people might think it, so we can help our students and people that we're teaching. Read this, Daria.
Lord Buddha taught the various schools of ancient Indian for
Ancient,
the very
ancient.
ancient ancient India for the very reason that their beliefs were helpful in bringing people of various capacities and personalities further along the Buddhism path.
Buddhist.
Buddhist path. Many beliefs of the mind-only school also technically incorrect. Nonetheless,
Correct. Good.
function to help get us thinking clearly about emptiness and the idea of the world and its inhabitants being a projection of our minds.
Good. Yeah. So even if they're not completely right, they act as a stepping stone to the correct ideas. Okay. Um, all right, great. Last question. How can the principle of figurative and literal be useful to us in our daily lives? Anybody? How can Buddhism be useful to us in our daily lives? Nobody has any idea? Okay,
No,
that's
we have a
fine.
lot of
What's that, Daria?
no, we have a lot of useful because, for example, if you angry for your boss and you destroy it, but if you know it's boss, it's not the self existence, and you stay more stronger, and you can help other people if you know emptiness and this mechanism.
Yep. Good. Thank you. Yeah, you can come to a better understanding that if the Buddha himself spoke figuratively when it was helpful to students to do so, then we must be very careful in judging the people around us, who could well be special beings who are trying to bring us and others further along in our thinking. It's true. What Daria said was true as well. Okay, thank you, everybody. That's the end of class 1, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. Thank you, translators. See everybody soon.
Chào.
Thank you.
Bye.